everything that we think tonight.
Yes, thank you.
God is good to each and every one of us. We ought to be thankful tonight. There was a grave with your name on it. Hospital bed with your name on it. Illness with your name on it. But God spared your life. So I know He's been good to all of us. We ought to be able to be thankful. See, the psalmist say, I will bless the Lord at all times. And His praises shall continually. They're not sometimes, not often, but continually be in my mouth. Then He will let further and said, oh, magnify the Lord with me. Let us exalt His name together. So we ought to be able to thank God on tonight. Thank God for what He's done for us, and thank God for what He's going to do. Amen. We thank God tonight for being here. We thank God for the invitation. We thank God for Pastor Young. It's his birthday on tonight. So we say happy birthday to him. He could have been somewhere, but he chose to be here at the youth revival. So I hope y'all got him a cake on tonight. Thank God for him. Thank God for Pastor Med, Pastor Smith, Reverend Fender on tonight. Thank God for all the deacons that's here in the building. Thank God for Sister Young, First Lady of this house. Thank God for my wife in the back. Thank God for all of the minister's wife, deacon's wife. Thank God for Sister Trump for being here in the building. Gracing us with her presence. Her husband could not make it, but we have royalty in the house. So we thank God for home tonight. Look, y'all are the only church left on the block, so y'all ought to be thankful. Turkish chicken has closed down and gone, but He spared y'all tonight. They were feeding us, they were feeding people, but y'all feeding souls. So God is good on tonight.
That's all right.
Thank God for being here.
Amen, amen.
If you have your Bible, go to Acts the 9th chapter. Acts the 9th chapter. Beginning at verse number 6. Acts the 9th chapter. Beginning at verse number 6. I like the theme about following instruction to be righteous. Thank God for all the youth on tonight.
Amen, Lord.
They did a wonderful job in the choir and musicians. We thank God for you all. Acts 9th chapter. Beginning at verse number 6. It says, so he trembling and astonished said, Lord, what do you want me to do? Then the Lord said to him, arise and go into the city, and you will be told what you must do. And the man who journeyed with him stood speechless, hearing a voice but seeing no one. Then Saul arose from the ground, and when his eyes were opened, he saw no one. But they led him by the hand and brought him into Damascus. And he was there 3 days without sight, and neither ate nor drank. No, now there was a certain disciple at Damascus named Ananias. And to him the Lord said in the vision, Ananias, and he said, here am I, Lord. So the Lord said to him, arise and go to the street called Straight, and inquire at the house of Judas for one called Saul the Tarsus. For behold, he is praying. And in a vision, he had seen a man named Ananias coming in and putting his hands on him, so he might receive his sight. Then Ananias answered, Lord, I have heard from many about this man, how much harm he has done to your saints in Jerusalem. And here he has authority from the chief priests to bind all who call your name. But then verse 15 says, but the Lord said to him, go, for he is a chosen vessel of mine to bear my name before Gentiles, kings, and the children of Israel. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, this is your turn. This is your turn. You can be seated on tonight. I want to preach from a subtopic of wrong way.
Wrong way.
Wrong way.
Sir.
Wrong way.
This is your turn. If you would be honest on tonight, I know a lot of us, you know, some people are just older, young people, they're just older adults now. And so, yeah, I know we all have had some bad turns in our life. If you would be honest or not, we've all made some mistakes. You know, I keep thinking back, there's a bridge that's close to my job, and sometimes from my job I like to go to the grocery store, and I keep going that way just because that's the way I know. And a lot of us are like that in life. You'll know that the bridge is out, but you'll keep going that way. You'll know you're not traveling the right way, and you'll still keep going that way. And so God has to make us do a U-turn. Every time we go to the wrong road, we just have to turn around. You know, sometimes that way I want to go that way, and my wife might be in the car. She'll say, "You know that bridge is out, right?" And I say, "I know." And but I be thinking of going that way, but I just have to let it play like I'm not going that way, so I have to keep going. And so she'll say, "That's the way you need to go." A lot of us have been like that in life. God has been trying to be in the car with us, but a lot of us still choose to go the wrong way. He's been telling you, he's been pulling on you and telling you that's the wrong way. That's not the way that you're supposed to go, but we still choose to go the wrong way. And there's nothing he can do because he gave us this thing called free will.
That's right.
To make the decisions that we want to make.
That's right.
But don't you know that sooner or later, you're going to have to turn around. So this first point is, God will get your attention.
Yes, he will.
Here we are tonight talking about a man named Saul. Saul name means one that asks for God, one that inquires of God. But he did the opposite of what his name meant. Here he is persecuting the church. He's doing his own thing. And he's persecuting these people of the church. And they tell me on tonight that he had orders from the high priest to go take hold of the Christians, the followers of Jesus in Damascus.
That's right.
A lot of us have been raised up in church. A lot of us have good teachers.
All right.
But for one reason or another, we still choose to go the wrong way. I don't care how much grandmama has told you. I don't care how much granddaddy has warned you. I don't care how much your daddy or mama has told you not to go that way. It still can be up to you to make the right decision. They told me that you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. A lot of us have been at that water. You've been at the edge, but still you choose to do your own thing. And they told me that trouble is easy to get into, but it's hard to get out of it. But God has a way of getting your attention. I don't care if nobody else can get your attention. I don't care how many whoopings you get. It may not get your attention. I don't care how many impeachments you have. May not get your attention. But God has a way of getting your attention. See, man can try all they want to. But when God steps in, when God intervenes, then he has a way of turning you around. He has a way of getting you to your right turn. So here it is, that if you begin to think of a U-turn, you ever been driving in, so I was in South Carolina, me and my wife was, and you know, I decided that I was going to take the back way. I was going to listen to Google. I was going to listen to Alexa. I was going to take the back way in Greenville, South Carolina. Well, when I got off the highway, I started looking. I said, wait a minute, this don't look like a neighborhood I'm supposed to be in. I said, I'm just trying to get something to eat. I just set up here and I just took the wrong turn. I told my wife, I said, I got to find somewhere to turn around. See, there's a way, God has a way of making you turn around. So here it is. I had to find a way to do a U-turn. A U-turn is just changing direction, changing your plans. See, a lot of us in life have gotten to a point where we got to do a U-turn. You say this way, I've been trying it my way my whole life. But now I figured out that my way is not the best way. When you realize him, he said, but if it is God, you cannot overthrow it, that you can be found to fight against God. Some people have been trying to fight against God. You've been in the fight of your life, and you think you can keep up, but God said, I got a way of humbling you on tonight. I don't care what I got to do to get your attention, but I have a way of humbling you on tonight. So here it is. Saul thought he was big and bad. He had a hand in killing Stephen. He had been telling these men to God, you need to stop preaching in this city. They say he had pulled out women and children from churches. He had pulled them out, and he had thrown them in jail. See, Saul thought he was big and bad. There's a lot of people on that high horse that God has to knock down. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your position is. I don't care what grades you make. I don't care what kind of car you drive. I don't care how many suits you wear. God has a way of humbling you on tonight. He has a way of getting you to turn around. I don't care what your position is. You can be a preacher or a deacon. You can be a layman, but I don't care if you're on the street corner. God has a way of turning you around. He don't care if you're the biggest drug dealer. He don't care if you're Al Chapo. He don't care if you're a rapper or Lil Wayne, Quavo, anybody. God has a way of turning you around. So what are you doing? What are you doing? So I understand you have letters from a high priest. You got letters from a man, but you have no permission from God to fight against me. So it is that you begin to think about it. See, God has purpose, all of us. God has put us all here on earth to do something.
That's right.
It's up to us to figure out what we need to be doing.
That's right.
See, there's three types of people. See, there's people who accept the calling. There's some people who take a while to get there. See, you know, you gotta go and do your own thing for a little bit. But then God will get you there, like kind of like He did Jonah. He had a lot for him to be thrown overboard. See, sometimes people just take a little while, but they eventually get there. But then there's some people who will never accept it. See, I don't care how much you try to tell people. I don't care how much God is trying to pull on people. Some people just ain't gonna get there. And there's nothing He can do about it. But it's up to you to accept the will of God.
That's right. That's right.
See, it is God had to. The person who thought he was so big, God had to knock him down in order for him to know who was in charge.
That's right.
See, here it is. The Saul was on the road to Damascus. He had been traveling this road. I can imagine him just smiling and laughing, and he's on his way. He thinks he's going to kill these people. He thinks he's about to persecute the church. But then God just allows for a light to shine from him. Knocking him down off the beast that he had been riding on. I don't care if you're the president, you're the mayor, whoever you are, God has a way of knocking you down. And when He knocks you down, He gets your attention. So it says that the voice begins to speak and say, Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me?
That's what He said.
He not them, but me. See, some people think that they're doing stuff to hurt you, but as long as you're a child of God, God has your back. See, they're not hurting you, but they're hurting God. But God will protect His own. The Bible declares, and David tells me that the steps of a good man are ordered by God, and He delights in His ways. I don't care what people think they're doing against you, preacher. I don't care what people think they're doing against you, deacons and students. People may be bullying you. People may be talking about you. People may call you ugly and raggedy, but they're not doing it against you if you're a child of God. But they're doing it against God.
Have mercy.
And so I just step back and let God do the talking for me. I step back and let God do the work for me. He say, I can only hold up so much. I can only fight so much before I get tired. But I let God do the fight for me. He has a way of knocking some people down. So here it is that as the voice begins to speak to Saul, see, Saul is still in his sin. But God got his attention. I don't care what God does. He has a way of getting your attention. If that's through an accident, if that's through somebody dying, if that's through some things happening, if that's through you getting sick, if the bars got to close behind you, God has a way of getting your attention. He use whatever He has to. If He has to get you down to your lowest point, eventually
My God.
But then the second part is God will change you. Watch this. What men couldn't do,
Yes.
God had a way of doing.
Yes.
All these people, these men of God, had tried to preach, but Saul wouldn't listen to him because he was so poked up in himself. He was so boastful. But God, when God knocked him down, he got his attention.
Yes.
He immediately begins to say, Jesus told him, he said, I am Jesus, whom the one who you kick or persecuted. It's hard for you to kick against the pricks. That's what he told him on tonight. And so it said, Saul began to tremble on tonight. He was astonished. He was amazed at what the Lord had done. And he said, Lord, what do you want me to do? Oh, God got his attention on tonight. I don't care what he got to do when he gets it. Oh, you're gonna fear, you're gonna respect God on tonight.
Yes, sir.
Then so Jesus began to give him some instruction. He said, arise, go to the city. And said, when you get there, he said, you'll be told what you must do.
All right.
That's right.
So here it is on tonight. Not only when he changes you, he has a way of getting those, using your conversion to get the attention of the people around you.
Yes.
When God knocks you down,
Yeah.
I guarantee there's somebody watching you.
Yes, sir.
Even if you don't think it's somebody watching you,
yeah.
somebody
Yeah.
is watching you.
Yes, sir.
People will see the way that you got treated. They'll say, wait a minute, I don't want to go down that same road. I might as well turn around right now. Because the way that outside God whooped them, I don't want to be whooped that same way. God has a way of chastising you.
Yes.
That it'll convict you and it'll convict the people around you.
My
So I
Lord.
noticed something that said that the people who were around him, it said the men who journeyed with him, they said they stood speechless because they were so amazed. Said they heard the voice, but they didn't see anybody. Don't you know when you hear the voice of the Lord? That sometimes, people around you won't understand what's happening, but they'll understand his power.
Yes, sir.
Take, for example, Jonah on the ship when he was supposed to be going to Nineveh. He tried to go to Tarshish and said that the men on the boat recognized. They said, I don't know who God it is.
Okay.
Somebody God is upset. So we need to cast lots
Yeah.
to figure out who this is. And said Jonah, he was an unlucky person. They said, look, you got to do whatever you got to do. If not, they said, we're going to perish.
That's right.
We rather you perish than all of us to die. Said immediately then the storm began to cease. So God has a way of getting the attention of the people who are around you.
That's right.
And that's how the people begin to help him up. They begin to help him up and they begin to walk with him. It said that Paul was still blind though. It said when he got up, it said his eyes were open. Look at verse number 8. It said his eyes were open.
Yeah.
It said, but he saw no one.
No one.
Watch this. A lot of us, what does it signify here on tonight? A lot of us, even if you believe Saul on tonight, even when he was in the world, his eyes were open. But he was still blind. Because he didn't know who God was.
Yes, sir.
So a lot of us are spiritually blind on tonight. How are you spiritually blind? That means you're unable to see what God or understand his message.
Yeah.
2 Corinthians 4:4 begins to tell us that in their case, the God of this world has blinded the mind of the unbelievers. And to keep them from seeing the light of the gospel of the glory of Christ, who is in the image of God. See, a lot of us, when we were in the world, we were operating blindly.
That's right.
See, there's some people who drive cars and they hardly can't even see at night. They be all across the road because they're halfway blind. A lot of us have been traveling life a long life way like that. You've been trying to drive, but you've been blinded.
Yeah.
And you can't see your way. You've been all across the road. You've been going from here to there. But all you got to do is stop. And God is just saying, if you trust in me, he said, if you allow for me to operate, I can guide you in the right way to go. A lot of us have been operating spiritually blind.
Yeah.
And God is just trying to get us attention.
Yeah.
The songwriter even told us that I once was blind, but now I see. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. See, that's what grace is. See, that while we were yet sinners, that God decided to die for us so that we can so glad that one day the light came into my life. And it guided me, and it guided my footsteps. So I can stop operating blind. Some of us need a handicap placard, so we can learn how to let others know that we can't hardly see. There's a lot of people that's spiritually handicapped on tonight. How you know you're spiritually blind? You can't even read your Bible like you used to. You don't even pray like you used to. The only time you come on the church is on Easter and on Mother's Day. You can't see God like you used to. You don't hear from the voice of the Lord like you used to. The preacher is preaching. You say, I don't understand what he's talking about. Because you don't even dwell in his word long enough to understand what he's saying. A lot of us are spiritually blind on tonight. But then, if you begin to believe in Romans 12, it said, be not be conformed to the world, but be ye transformed. How you change your sight, you got to be renewed in your mind. It says to keep that you may prove what is good and acceptable in the perfect will of God. But then if you go a little further, it tells you to present your body a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God. And they say this is a reasonable service. So a lot of us have been operating spiritually blind, and God just wants us to submit ourselves to Him. So He can start reconstructing some things in you. Because He understands you've been going the wrong way, but He's just trying to get you to understand. And so then this third point is, don't worry about the past. If you begin to, he told him going to Damascus. As he went into Damascus, he said for 3 days he was without sight. He said neither did he eat nor drink. Saying though, so he appeared to Ananias. Ananias, one of the disciples in Damascus. Can you imagine getting an assignment from God that you didn't want? Can you imagine getting a job that you didn't want?
My God.
You ever interviewed for a job, and when you got into the interview, they started telling you some stuff that wasn't in the job description? You accept the job, and then when you get there, you say, wait a minute, this wasn't in the description. I've been there, and I've done that before. In Damascus, Ananias is here in Damascus. And he said, wait a minute. You said that's who? That's Saul? He said, hold up. He said, I know I've been waiting for this assignment. I've been waiting for some stuff to happen, but I didn't know I was going to get this stuff for the job. He said, hold up. Wait a minute. He said, is this the same Saul, the one who has instructions? The chief priest, one who's carrying letters to persecute the church. But God, Lord told him, he said, go to the street called Straight. He said, go down to the house of Judah. He said, inquire, ask for one for the name of Saul and Tarsus. He said, he's praying on tonight. He said, and then he seen the man already named Ananias in the vision. He said, so you got to go there so he might receive his sight. See, God has given you a job description. God has given you an assignment that you didn't want. But in order for them to be saved, you got to go there. See, too many of us have been turning down assignments because we're too scared to go down there. That neighborhood ain't for you. That club ain't for you. You scared about what people are going to say about you. You don't want to be seen as lame or corny. You don't want to go and do it because you said, God, I don't know if you really meant that for me. You might have been talking to Reverend Beno tonight. But God is saying, just go. Don't worry about the past, he said, because I already changed him.
My God.
2 Corinthians 5:21. I know we all ask the question, well, how can a person be saved? How can God save a person that's done so much? But this scripture begins to tell us, for he made him who knew no sin.
That's right.
To be sin for us. That we might become the righteousness of God in him. So all he was doing is saying that when he saved us, he said, when we sinned, he gave us grace on tonight. He already knew when Adam messed up in the garden that we needed somebody to redeem us on tonight. Aren't you glad that God redeemed us on tonight? Because when you were still lost in your sin, he cared enough about you. When you didn't care enough about yourself, he was working a plan out for you. Even when he knew we were going to mess up, God was still sending someone to atone for us.
Glory.
So he said, listen here, I took Saul off of the broad road. I placed him on street called straight.
Yeah.
Place him on the narrow road. And,
Yeah.
you know, the Bible begins to tell us that wide is the gate and broad is the way of the road to destruction. Said, but narrow is the road that leads to you lead to heaven. So it's a lot of people who aren't traveling that road with you.
All right now.
It's a lot of people on that is backed up on that road to the hell.
Yeah.
But if you go to the smaller gate and the narrow road, there won't be very many people on that road.
Right.
But you got to get on the right street.
Yeah.
Say, sit down to the street called straight.
Right.
See, I thought about it, and God has removed a lot of us from the wrong streets. He removed some of us from clubbing. He removed you from addiction and fornication. He removed you from disobedience. He removed you from a lot of wrong streets and placed you on the street called straight.
Yes, sir.
Then his fifth and final point is God has chosen you.
Yes.
He told Ananias, he said, listen, he said, don't worry about all the things that you heard.
Yeah.
Then, I understand that like he had heard some stuff about Saul, but God said, don't worry about that. He said, because I've chosen him to be a vessel of mine.
Yeah.
He said, just go. So a lot of us want to talk back. Too many of us want to talk too much to the Lord, but God is saying, just go. I didn't ask you for everything else. Just go and do what I told you to do.
Yeah.
And when we learn how to go and stop fussing all the time, then God can do some mighty works with us.
Yeah.
You worry about if God gonna be there with you, but He already promised that if you go, He said, I'll be there with you even until the ends of the earth.
Yes.
So He said, I've chosen him already.
Yes, sir.
He said, listen here. He said, I need this dog. I need Saul. I need him in the condition that he's in because of the stuff that he's done to carry the message to some unclean people. I need him in the condition and the stuff that he's done to carry the message to some people otherwise they won't hear.
Yes, sir.
See, the Jews are too perfect, but he needed Saul to carry the message to the Gentiles, the people who had been isolated, the ones who had been cast out, and that's what we needed the word. Some people who that only you can minister to. See, if you go to Corinthians, Paul said it best. He said, listen, I understand we've been arguing over these things about who's supposed to be preaching, who's supposed to be planting the seeds. He said, listen, but I don't care who you're followers of. He said, but each of us has a purpose. Each of us has a plan in the ministry. He said, listen, he said, Apollos may be the water, I may be the plant. I don't care why we arguing over all this small stuff. That's what God has told for you to do. See, that's somebody that's been waiting to turn around, but they need you to tell them you're going the wrong way.
My Lord.
See, God was doing something here, and he told Ananias, he said, just go. Go and do what I told you. He said, not only this, he said, but he'll suffer many things for my name's sake. He said, just let me handle it. I know what I'm doing. See, Romans 8:30 tells us as a close, moreover, whom he predestined, these he also called. He called, these he also justified. Whom he justified, these he also glorified. So I understand on tonight that if God has kept me, God understands there's a potential on the inside of me. See, God has used some imperfect people in his perfect plan. He used David, one who cheated and killed a man. He used Rahab, a prostitute. He used all of these imperfect people for a perfect plan. You go to Peter. Peter was a cursor. He used all of these people. Matthew, tax collector. If he can use them, if he can turn them around, what makes you think he can't turn a sinner around? Aren't you glad on tonight that God heard a sinner like you are? Aren't you glad tonight that God was able to turn you around when you on the wrong street? Aren't you glad on tonight that God could hear you on tonight? I'm glad on tonight that God heard a sinner like me. I'm glad on tonight that God picked me up and turned me around. I'm glad on tonight that God did something for me. Preacher said that over 2,000 years ago, he came down and he went up to a cross called Calvary. He was nailed in his hand and nailed in his feet. But and after this, he took all these stripes across his back, hung his head and died, went down to a borrowed tomb where he lay there. At first there, heard when people count you out, God said, I count you in on tonight. I'm glad on tonight that God can turn us all around.
Yes, God. Yes, God.
There may be somebody on tonight
Yes,
who's
Father
been
God.
traveling in the wrong way.
Yes.
There may be somebody on tonight who's
Yes.
been going on the wrong path. But God is saying, I know that people have counted you out. I know that people told you can't do anything. I know that people have told you weren't going to amount to anything. But this is your time, this is your year, this is your place to turn around. See, I don't know about you, but God can pick anybody up on tonight. God can turn anybody around. He'll pick you up and you might be dirty right now, but God said, I can pick you up. I can clean you up. I can restore your sight again. All I need you to do is submit on tonight. You can stand across the building. We stand across the building.
Yes, God.
We stand across the building.
Yes, sir.
Yes, God. Yes, God.
This is your turn on tonight.
Yes.
This is it. This is it.
Somebody been going the wrong way.
Yes, sir.
But
Yes,
God
sir.
is trying to get your attention.
Yes.
That thing that happened, God was just trying to get your attention. Just so you can turn around. It didn't happen by chance. It didn't happen just because you got caught. But God is saying, I was trying to get your attention.
Yes, sir.
You ought to be glad on tonight
Yes, God.
that you serve a God
Yes, sir.
that cares about you.
Yes.
He cares about you enough that when people have counted you out,
Yes, sir.
when people say you're not worth anything, when people have devalued you on tonight, God said you got some value.
Yes.
Not only do you have value, but I can use you in the kingdom on tonight.
Yes.
Is there anybody here on tonight
My God.
that desires to be saved on tonight? Doors of the church have been open for 2,000 years.
Yes, God.
Maybe somebody who needs to be rededicated on tonight.
Yes, God.
But God is saying, I'm accepting you back. Reminded of the prodigal son who had wasted all of his wealth on reckless living and on bad things. But it said that he came to himself. God is at put somebody on the road where you're at a point where you need to come to yourself. You need to come and turn around. He's trying to put you on the street called straight. He's still accepted on tonight. There's anybody who desires prayer, we ask you to come. Matter of fact, everybody come to the altar. Everybody come to the altar tonight. Come on, walk down.
Yes, God.
God is wanting to do something for somebody on tonight. All you got to do is have faith that He can do it.